Hello everyone, welcome to the Dirk in a Box Power Rankings. Here we are in week 10. Let's just get right into them. We have our bottom spot, Jackson. Your team is starting to do better overall, definitely, with Triple J, Anthony Edwards. Hell, you had a good week from Colin Gillespie. But then you always have one of your players just kind of sell, low-key. And this week it was Paulo. He's been pretty rough coming back from injury. And kind of pretty rough all year. But you've got a pretty good team overall. You've got at least like 3 big stars and, you know, a fairly decent team to go around them. You would hope more from DeAndre Ayton, who only put up 30 this past week, but you know, I don't know what's going on with the Lakers. So, and DeAndre Ayton just doesn't quite have that dog in him. Harrison Barnes, just a pretty slow week. You never really expecting too much from him, but this one was extra rough. Also, he had to play me, and that's never going well. Number 9, we have our first move. We have Ryan down to the 9th spot. You have good players, like you have Keontae George, Luka Doncic, LeBron, and some other people. But like, I'm pretty sure you have an unused IR spot with an injured player. And you have an unused, I think, like just regular roster spot. So, and you're also on like what, like a 4-loss streak. I mean, I'd love to keep you higher, but like you're not using your spots to the fullest capabilities, and your team just isn't doing that well either. Kind of a double-edged sword, and you're getting shafted by both edges. Also, Miles Turner decided he's forgotten basketball. And Quentin Grimes is kind of not getting enough minutes for anything. And you lost to Colby. And that's that. Okay. To pass him, we got Luke. You did lose again. You still are tied for the worst record, but I'm pretty sure in like at least half of your losses, you're the highest scoring in a loss like team. Like and you would beat like 50 to 60% of the other teams that week. So it's kind of just unfortunate. You have by far, I think, the most points against you. Like, you don't have that many total points, but you definitely are better than the record shows. And you lost to Simon this week, who was a top 3 scorer. I think you were 5th, so, like, I think you have a lot more potential. Jalen Johnson and Josh Giddey still putting up great numbers, but Austin Reeves, holy smokes, bro. 19.8. I think he only played in 2 out of 3 games. Like, I think he's injured now. And he was coming back. Oh, right, yeah, because he was coming back from his calf injury probably way too soon. And guess what? Re-injured the same calf. I don't know why NBA teams love to rush back people from calf injuries, but it almost always results in another calf injury or a torn ACL. So, yeah, the Lakers screwed themselves on that, and Luke, you're getting the worst of it, because 19.8 from what should have been a 45 to 50 fantasy point average player, pretty rough. Peyton Watson also having a pretty rough week, but I mean, Nikola Jokic going down, Jamal Murray down. I'm pretty sure, or is Jamal Murray still there? I think he's still playing. Yeah, but pretty much everyone else on their starting lineup is injured. He's going to get all the opportunity in the world he could ever want. Let's see what he does with it. Number 7. We have Colby with a W against Ryan. Spot Spida and Sengooning, both playing real well. Pretty rough week from Knipple. You would expect better. He has been better, but I'm sure he will be. So I'm not too worried about that. Jared Allen, and if you had a third, it would be John Collins. Jared Allen and John Collins are just awful. They have been some of your worst players week in and week out. Now, I don't know if I'm suggesting you drop them or not, but you could probably think about it. They're really not good, and they're kind of holding your team back, I think. I think there's better options out there right now. But your top-end talent is still pretty freaking solid. And the nipple will be better. And you got a dub this week, so you're up to 4-6. Doing pretty well. Could maybe catch the group of 6 and 4s, but speaking of which, why don't we get into them? Our lowest 6 and 4, sorry Simon, but you got the win here against Luke. Giannis back, your top performers finally looking like they should. Giannis and Tyrese Maxey, though neither of them played terribly well. Neither of which averaging over 50 this past week, but that's okay. Giannis is coming back from injury, and everyone's healthy on the 76ers, so Tyrese Maxey is not having to do as much. But you've also got Pascal Siakam and a couple other people, and you still have Domantas Sabonis waiting in the trenches to come alive. I think you still got a lot of potential. You have an easy top 3 fantasy point game fantasy player in the league with Giannis, and Tyrese Maxey has been amazing this year. You'd expect a little bit more from CJ McCollum, but currently the Wizards guards like Trey Johnson and Bub Carrington are both doing really well, so he is his production in that area is kind of lacking. Neemias Queta, he's just kind of mid. He gets the starting job like every day, but he never is really terribly good enough to do anything. But that's okay. He can have a good game here and there. So, good squad. 6 and 4, W against Luke. Let's get into another 6 and 4 team. We got Mitchell here, who I think had the lowest potential points this week for all our 6 and 4s. You did beat Aaron, though. That's a big dub against the top team. We got James Harden and Denny balling out again, and we love to see that. Also, Michael Porter Jr., he also played pretty well, I think upper 40s. Dylan Brooks and Nah, I mean, people are just coming back. Both teams are healthy right now. So they're both kind of just taking a back seat. It sucks, but I mean, as soon as people get injured, those are the two that are going to get all the benefits. I mean, you saw it in Nikhil's last game for this week. Trae Young was out, and he had 58 fantasy points or something. So, they're not going to do good when everyone's healthy, but how often in the NBA is everyone healthy? So, yeah. Here you are. You still have Wemby. Who knows where he is right now? He keeps coming off the bench and not playing a whole lot of minutes. I don't know how long that's going to stick. Could be rough for the end of the year if that's kind of where they play him the rest of season. You would have hoped drafting Wemby at number 1, you would have gotten a little bit more from him right now. But there's always hope that he can do so much more. And we'll wait to see that. Number 4, SyndromeAccusationSquad. Elijah, you got the win here against Carter, another 6 and 4 team. You have the second most total points out of every team in the league right now. Your team's looking really good. It's always like super high potential for points. You have a very deep roster. Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson. Like, your team is really good, and I think you're probably a top 3 team when it all comes down to it. Maybe, especially because of Carter's injured player that we will get into. But, and Saddiq Bey and Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell, I think, has lower upside because he's on the Spurs, and when everyone's healthy, he kind of just doesn't get enough shots in to kind of be a big fantasy player. But Saddiq Bey on the Pelicans, everyone on that team is pretty bad. So Saddiq Bey should always kind of ball. So I think that's a really good person to have. But you got the win here. Team's really strong. Could easily see you moving up into our top 3. Passing our number 3 spot, another drop. We've got Carter with a loss to Elijah. See, things could be kind of rough for you in the next coming weeks. I'm not going to say your team was carried by Jokic, but he definitely does a hell of a lot. And he definitely was a main reason you were up so high in these power rankings. And now he's out for a few weeks. And when he comes back, I don't know how many more minutes they're going to play him. Obviously, he's still the best player in the league. He's still going to be the best fantasy point player. I mean, look at this shit. 93.8 average this week. A lot of other teams' top players would hope in their dreams to even have a game that sniffs 93.8. But part of that was 121 fantasy point game. I mean, bro is completely ridiculous. He is so good at basketball and so good at fantasy. And shout out to his teammate, who you also have, Jamal Murray, putting up 56.1. They've been, this last week, they were cooking. They were working everything together. I mean, a lot of that comes because Christian Braun and Aaron Gordon and Cam Johnson are all hurt. So a lot of the shots are just going to be going back to these two. And your team was balling with them. On the other side, Anthony Simons, bro, just drop him. 18 this past week. I don't think he's had averaged over 25 like in multiple buweeks now. Like, I guess you could hold open for a trade that the Celtics do to like a bad team where he could get up a billion shots and do something like Cam Thomas where he just scores a bunch enough to have good fantasy. But holy, on the Celtics, he is awful. I would probably still hold him until the Celtics trade him, because they will, and see how much he can do after that. But right now, it is looking really rough. I mean, he's pretty much just an IR spot on your bench. But nothing too much to worry about, because your other worst player was RJ Barrett, who averaged 31. And 31 is never really that bad. And he's just coming back from injury, so no need to worry. The person who jumped you, it's me, obviously. The most total points in the league, a 7-game win streak. I mean, I am kind of going insane right now. I'm still missing I only played 12 people this week, which is why one of my worst performers averaged 40. I have a bunch of injured players right now, and I'm still crushing. Kawhi Leonard is amazing. 78.5 and a 108 fantasy point game. After being one of my worst performers last week, Cat came out and averaged 55.1. Brandon Miller, he's going to be up. He's going to be down. Last week he was down. It is what it is. And Zion was one of my worst performers, but he was fine. 40 average, it's hardly a worse performer. He is still 8 billion pounds, though. And our number one spot, maybe not for too long, because Aaron just lost to Mitchell. And Mitchell did not even have that great of a game. I think he was like 7th total in points or something, or 6th. You did have a decent like potential this week. You just locked in pretty poorly. That's all right. It doesn't help that Keegan Murray averaged 16 and Evan Mobley averaged 23.8. What the hell is Evan Mobley doing? That is horrendous. Shay and Jalen. Oh, I didn't change your pictures. Just pretend that's Evan Mobley. That's my reaction to Evan Mobley averaging 23.8. But the rest of them stay. Shay and Jalen Brown, both balling, both on really good teams. The leader on the teams. Jalen Brown, I know they're probably trying to get trade for more players, and I guess Tatum's coming back at some point, so we could see him dropping, but right now he's absolutely balling, leading a Celtics team that, frankly, I did not think he could lead. An excellent pickup by you, and when you get Evan Mobley not so drunk off the Henny, or Keegan Murray not doing the 6-7 all the time, your team's gonna be a beastly. Yeah. So here you are, our number one team. We got a couple other big performers this week. Julius Randle with a nice bounce back week, averaging 50.8. Timberwolves have needed him, and he, time and time again, comes in really clutch and puts up a lot of fantasy points. Cooper Flag, after honestly a really slow start to the season, he has been tremendous recently. A very heads-up pick by Aaron. Part of the reason you have been so good recently, too. And part of the reason I wanted to trade for him earlier in the season is because I knew he would... Oh, camera's fucking up. I knew he would be putting up 50.8. Good thing you stuck it out with him, because now you are reaping all the rewards and spoils. Mr. Black, Sir Anthony Black, 50.2 this week. A lot of people are injured on that team. Jalen Suggs should be back soon, so that'll drop his points a little bit, but he's been crazy. Scoring really well. Defense has all been there. Getting a lot of assists. Yeah, on a Magic team that is struggling, especially with Paulo really struggling. He has been their savior, which it's going to be rough when Mr. Black is your savior. You got Emmanuel Quickly, averaging 48.3. Love that, too, because he was injured, and then he was bad. 48.3 is nice. Alex Sarr, 47.4. Like to see that off the injury. Colin Gillespie. Okay, bro's just like the point guard of the future for the Suns. They got like pretty much everyone healthy right now, and he's still putting up 47. I don't remember who picked him up. I think it's Jackson. Yeah. Great pickup. Absolutely fantastic. I don't see him ever being a drop for the rest of the season. I think he's permanently just a part of your roster now, which is a great stress relief too. He's been insane. And then last two guys I traded away, of course. We got Ryan Rollins, 46.6, and Yusuf Nurkic, 46.1. Ryan Rollins getting Giannis back could mean less points total for him the rest of the season, but he's still really good. Good scorer, great rebounder for a guard, good assist, great defense. He's going to be great the rest of the season. And that's why I had him for so long, because he was amazing, and I love him. Oops. Yusuf Nurkic. I don't know what the Jazz are doing, because they keep playing Yusuf Nurkic and Lauri Markkanen and like keep winning. But if they keep winning, the Thunder are going to get their pick, obviously, because the Thunder own everyone's pick. So I think they might start like sitting like Yusuf Nurkic and Lauri Markkanen towards the end of the season, because they're both playing really well, and they still want to tank. And I'm sure they will. So Yusuf Nurkic, I don't know how long his fantasy value is going to be there, but for right now, it is. 46.1 is great, and he's grabbing hella boards, scoring efficiently, which has never been a Yusuf Nurkic thing, and he's getting a hella assist. So, hell yeah. Good job, Colby. Good trade. I'll take the injured, horrible Zach LaVine. Our horse of the week, horse guy. Jokic injures his knee. It's a sad day. We lost Nikola Jokic, easily the MVP this year. Might miss out on the award because of their stupid 65-game rule. It is what it is. Everyone is crying like our horse in the sky. But hopefully the sun will rise again and shine on our beautiful boy. Also, Rip Carter. That's a brutal blow. Week 10 is complete. Don't forget your IR spots and your regular spots, Ryan. And some of you other people forgetting your IR spots. Any suggestions for the rankings? Or if you want to argue with your spot in the rankings, because I know a lot of those 6 and 4 people probably think they're better than other 6 and 4 people. So if you got beef with me, drop it in the chat. I'd love to chit chat. And week 11. Good luck and have fun. Should be a great week. It's snowy and cold outside, so if you got the chance, throw on a nice NBA game. Games have been real good recently, and there's been a lot of balling. Hope all your teams are healthy, and I hope all your teams ball out. Let's go, week 11. Plug.